Hello, good day, and welcome. I'm Timotab, and today I'm going to solve Training on the Orient Express by the Pedaling Pianist. Before we get into that, I am trying a new audio option for recording, so hopefully that'll improve the quality of the audio. Let me know what you think in the comments. Um, if you would like to try solving this puzzle for yourself, the link will be the first link in the description. Um, yeah, let's have a look at the rules. Okay, normal Sudoku rules apply. So let's place the digits 1 through 9 in every row, every column, and every 3 by 3 box. Draw a train on the grid. The train is a line of orthogonally connected cells that cannot loop or branch and can touch itself diagonally but not orthogonally. Its carriages are two-cell kilocages. The first carriage sums to 3, and thereafter each carriage's sum increases by 1, going along the train until the last carriage, which sums to 17. Circles with grey cells are not on the train. A digit in the grey circle shows how many train cells neighbours that circle orthogonally and diagonally. All right, let's have a look at the first about the train. So we are going to make some kind of uh, train, and first of all, it uh, only makes orthogonal connections. So that means that um, they share an edge, is what orthogonal means. And then each of these is going to be it can't loop or branch. So that means that I can't do that, because that would be a branch, and that would be a loop. Okay. Um, and um, each of these is going to be a two-cell killer cage. So that would be a two-cell killer cage, assuming this is the front or the end. That would be a two-cell killer cage. And if this is the front, say, then this killer cage is going to be a value 3 killer cage. So the two digits inside that cage need to add 3. This one would be a 4. This one would be a 5, and so on. Okay. Cells with grey circles are not on the train, and a digit in a grey circle shows how many train cells that neighbour that circle orthogonally and diagonally. So that means that with this as a 3, if I discovered that those 3 were part of the train, then none of those could be, because we've already got our 3 for the train. Okay. That seems to be all the rules. I'm going to, well, that is all the rules. I'm going to restart once again just to reset the timer. And here we go, and let's begin. Okay. Well, okay, this 7 clue tells me that all 7 of those digits are on the train, because we know that all the circles are off the train. In fact, I am going to, yes, we can. All right. I'm going to mark all of those cells grey so I can just clearly see that they're not on the train. Okay, we've got a 6 over here, and only 6 cells available, so those are all on the train. Um, okay, that could be on the train, but that definitely isn't because I can't get in and back out. That's not on the train. This needs five. I've got two, and I've got four possible places for it to go. Okay, if this is not on the train, then all three of those are. If that is on the train, I still need two more, but I can't have that one because that would cause those to be on the train. So that means that those two are definitely on the train. Okay, and now that digit must be a three because I've got those two there and then one of these two. All right. Um, can this be on the train? Well, I'm going to say that no, it can't. But let me explain why. Let's suppose it is for the moment. Okay, supposing this is the front of the train. Um, so this would be a killer cage, which would have um, one and two in it to make three. And then this would need to be the four killer cage, but how can we place the appropriate digits in there? We've already got a one in the box, and we've already got a three in the box. So maybe it's the back of the train. Well, if it's the back of the train, that's the 17 cage, which would be an 8-9 pair here and a 7-9 pair here. And again, the nines are going to clash. So that is not on the train. Therefore, that is. Okay. So now we have, well, if we've got 17, 3 through 17 is a total of 15 cages. So that's an odd number of cages. So what I'm actually going to do is change those to dark green. That'll be light green. That's a dark green. All right. So where does this, where's the next cell on the train? It has to be there. There's no other place for it to go. Okay. It can't loop back on itself that closely, so that has to now go there. Um, these cells are not on the train. Right, I can't come in up here, so those are not on the train. In fact, so if I have 15, um, if I have 15 cages, that's a total of 30 cells, but I can only go approximately nine down, nine across, nine up, and nine left to get back to the end, which would be 36. Um, I've already got one taken off there and two taken off here. Um, that'd be 33. So it's got to be fairly efficient to get around this loop. So I can't do a whole lot of deviating. All right. So this has, oh, where's this next cell? That has to be there. Okay. Those two are going to be off the train. Um, I'm not quite sure which shading this is going to be just yet. We'll fix that later, but that's going to be on the train. That's going to be on. Hmm. Right, yes, I can't go in either of those directions because it will be touching itself. There we go. And I can't get into there, so that's off the train. That means that's going to have to go that way. Okay. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need one more. One of those is going to be on the train. Right, let's see if we can figure out some um, numbers, see if that might help. All right. So if this is the 3 cage, that's 1, 2, which makes this the 4 cage, which would be 1, 3, but it can't be because that's a 3. This is the 17 cage. This is the tail end. Oh, it's 8, 9. This is 7, 9, so that must be this way round. This now has to be 15, but it can't be 9, 6, so it must be 8, 7. 14 can be made from 8, 5, sorry, 8, 6 or 9, 5, but it can't be 8, 6 because there's a 6 in the box, so that's, and the other cell is going to be in the same box. That's got to be from 5, 9. Okay. This must be 1, 2 for the 3 cage. This must be the 4 cage, which is going to be 3. This is going to be a 5 cage. Aha! So there are two ways of making 5. 1, 4, and 2, 3. If the train went in this direction, then I couldn't fill either of those because of the 1 and 3 here. So that has to be the next one. This is either going to be 2 or 4, and that'll be 1 or 3. This 6 circle now has its full quota, so that is now grey. That forces the train down this way. This 3 now has its full quota. That they will go grey, and we can put our 5, 9 candidates in there. I can't get into any of this space without it getting too close, without it touching itself. So that's all goes. That all goes grey. Can't get down there either now. That's grey. Got to come out this way. That's green, and this is going to be the 15, 14. This is going to be part of the 13 cage. Okay, I can't go this way because the only way to then connect it up would be for it to cross itself, which would be a loop, which it's not allowed to do. So this has to go this way instead. And that can't go that way. This must go up like that. All right. This is okay. One of these two is going to be the light green that goes onto that cage. So that's going to be dark green. Those two are going to be dark green. That's the light green, those two are dark green. One, two, three, four, five. That has to be grey. This has to be the remaining cell to make the 6 quota, and that's going to be grey. And then what have we got? 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. That's 5. We've only got one more to do. So that's going to be, that's definitely one of the 6. And then either that one or that one is going to be the other one. And then all of this is off the train. Okay. All right. So that's a 1 because it's only got one cell of the train in its surrounding 8 squares. This is a 3. And then this is going to be either 1 or 2, depending on where the 6 cage ends up. Okay. So how do I make 6 in 2 cells? That's either going to be 1, 5 or 2, 4. Not quite sure if there's something that I can do about that right now. Right, this is that's a 6. That's the 6 cage. This is a 7 cage. That's going to be, it can't be 1, 6, can't be 3, 4. That's got to be a 2, 5. That's the 7. That's 8, 9, 10, 11. So the 11 cage cannot be 5, 6, can't be 7, 4. Could be 8, 3, could be 9, 2. This is the 10 cage. It has to be either 9, 1 or 8, 2. If it's 8, 2, that eliminates both options from here. That's got to be 9, 1. That now can't be the 9, 2, and that's a 3, 8. This is a 9 cage. 8, 7, and 6 are all taken. This has to be 5, 4. The only digit left is there is a 2. That's the 9. That's the 8 cage, so that has to be a 6. That 2, 5, that makes that a 1. There we go, that's now grey. That's the remaining cell for the 6 cage. We've got all the colouring done. Okay. All right, we know that we've got a 5 there and a 5 there or there. That's both the 5s for these 2 rows. So the only place that 5 can go in this box is here. That one makes that a 3. This is the 5 cage, so that's a 2. That one makes that 9, and that a 1. Right, this is a 6 cage. It can't be 1, 5 because that cell can be neither, so it has to be 2, 4. Next, this is 14, 13, 12. Okay. Or is there some Sudoku I should be doing first? Yeah, I can place a 6 in this box. Can't go there because of this. So that's a 6. That makes this a 2, 4 pair. And that makes that a 5 and a 2. Realize I've got a missing cell up here, which is a 4, which resolves this 2 and 4. The 5 that we just placed over here resolves the 9 and the 5. That leaves 1, 7, and 8. 1, 7, and 8. This is 15, 14, 13. I clearly can't have a 1 in here. 7 and 6 is 13. But that can't be a 6, so it's got to be 8 and 5. That's not 8. That's not 8. In fact, that's a 7 by Sudoku. That's a 4. That's a 2. Could fill in some cells over here. In fact, let's do this one first. Resolve those, the 7 and 8, because of this 7. So we are missing a 9 and a 7. Then that's a 4 by Sudoku, and that is an 8. All right, I've got one more cage to fill in, and then we're essentially just doing Sudoku. So this is 15, 14, 13, 12. Okay, it can't be 8, 4. Could be 9, 3. Or it can't be 7, 5. So that must be 9, 3. Okay, I don't think we know the order. But now it looks like the rest is Sudoku. So let's see how we do with that. All right, that 5 resolves this 4 and 5. In this column, we need 3, 6, and 7. That's not a 6. That's not a 7. In this column, we need 1, 2, and 8. That's not a 2. That's not a 1. And in this column, we need 4, 5, and 9. That's a 9. That's a 4. That's a 5. That resolves this 9 and 3. That 3 makes that a 7. And that's either 1 or 8, but from the column, that must be the 8. Okay. This column needs 2, 7, and 4. So that's got to be the 2. 7 or 4. Ah, that's a 7. So that's the 4. Does that resolve anything? Yes, that 2 makes that an 8 and that a 2. That 8 makes that a 3 and that an 8. So that's a 3, that's a 6, that's a 1. And I need a 7 and a 6, which we can place. All right, up here, we need 2, 3, 4, and 9, which go in that order. 5, 6, and 8. 5, 6, and 8. That's not a 6. That's not a 5. In this column, we need a 1, 7, 9. That's the 1. That's that's the 9. That's the 7. That resolves a 2 and a 1 and a 3 and a 1. And the 9 resolves the 8 and the 9. That's a 5. This is a 6, 8 pair there. Right, these two cells are 3 and 4, which we can place. These two in this column are 2 and 6, which we can place, which resolves this 6, 8 pair. And then we finish off with a 5 there and an 8 there. Yeah, that was a lot of fun and nice and simple. Nothing too difficult. I think that some great break-in logic in this corner to figure out exactly where the train starts and ends, knowing that all of these cells had to be on the train and that we were very limited in where we could go um, because of the total of 30 cells on the train. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed the logic. Thank you to the Pedaling Pianist for creating it. If you like this solve, then please hit the like button, subscribe to see some more, and I would love to hear your comments. I'm looking forward to next time. Be seeing you.